Welcome back to another star-studded edition of the Chatterbox with King Jacob. And today, man, we have a different type of show. You know, special guest. Special guest. What's up? What's up? What's up?
How you doing, guys?
Good, good,
So,
good.
so
So we have special guest tonight. Goes to watch radio with a name like that. You know, I'm sure they got the business owner, the artists. The seekers who want to know what radio and advertising and broadcasting is and how it goes hand in hand. So welcome,
Right.
guys. Welcome.
hey, what's
Thank
up, man?
you.
Thanks
Thank
for having
you.
us, man.
Yes, sir. So,
Sure.
I said to myself, I was like, so I was nominated for an award. These guys won it. So I mean, what better way to celebrate them by bringing them on my show and let me find out who it is in depth, you know, because I know I'm hot like fire, so they got to be hot like fire, because they won the award, you know what I mean? So with that being said, man, those who watch radio, give us a breakdown who you are and how you guys got started.
All right.
Well, I think Colors can answer that better. He's been there the longest. He's the founder, one of the founders. So
Those Who Watch Radio started in 2013, September 29, 2013. It was me, Jay Brown, Jay Vive, a young lady named Whitney White. We called her AKA Miss Showing Out, and a cousin of mine from Monk's Corner named The Animal. And that collective lasts for about a month. And the young ladies, one of them went a different direction. The other one moved to Atlanta. And we brought another young lady in named Jennifer Keep It Pretty. And she lasted for about a year or two. And she had a baby and never came back. And that's when we brought in Lovey Smith. It was like a lot of dynamics. And then we brought in Miss
that's
Patrice
they
McCoy.
call me love.
Yeah. Brought her in for a good little minute, for a couple years. And then just let her go, her and Patrice McCoy, who was now the model coach a long time coming. It's funny. But yeah, and after that, ROCFAME was guest host and in between a lot of that. And she would come and guest host. And I used to like how she came with the questions and stuff like that. And then when both of them went, and I think there was another young lady, Selena G. And then, when they fizzled out, and I was like, how you want to just, work it like an internship after 90 days? If you like it, we make you permanent. Was it 90 days or was it a year? I think it was 90 days. Because it went by
It
so
was 90
fast.
days. It wasn't a
Yeah, it went by
year.
fast. It was like 2018, right? When did you come? You remember the year? 17, 18?
I believe it was 17. I was at the construction site. So, yeah, 17 for sure.
Yeah. And she been rocking with me, and she brought so much different dynamics, like graphics, upgrade. It was like an upgrade, like basically bringing somebody who can actually push more. And we've been rocking ever since. We, those who watch radio, we have the networking event, Meeting the Minds together. Brought her in as a partner with that like 3-4 years ago. We have Meeting the Bosses. We have like a lot of entities together, and it's crazy and a lot apart.
Okay. So upon going through that, and you have to weed out the people who was going to be around and who wasn't going to be around. Tell me about the strategy and the marketing, how to get the brand out there to become a household name like you are.
Well, Colors, take it to like the max with the sharing. I know people usually pay for people to handle their advertising and to push a little harder and to get into every group and to every event. And he's good on printing out flyers, but that's for everything. For those to watch, mostly I do the commercials. I started making full length commercials for those to watch radio. So instead of it just like him posting up, we had flyers and we had commercials, and we have an opening theme song now by Drea Lee that Colors adopted on a couple years ago. It's called Beyond. It's really dope. Y'all need to check it out. The remix actually just dropped, which is cool. We get to use that one now. Colors will share a million times. You put one post up, This person is going to be on Those to Watch Radio. I promise you, by the end of that half an hour, it's been shared 100 times, guaranteed. And that's almost daily, to the point where the man would get blocked off of his own messenger, or sometimes from sharing, period, because he done exhausted Facebook and Instagram and all this other stuff. But it works. It absolutely works. I mean, we're not top tier on advertising and pushing the show on other streaming platforms yet, but for what we have right now, the support is so most definitely real.
Okay. So, upon that, what can you tell business owners and artists about the communication part of advertising and broadcasting through the radio and podcast platform?
We always tell them to use all avenues. You know what I'm saying? Don't. Well, I would say like you leave no crumbs on the table, because you know what I'm saying. You never know what's gonna lead to what. So like he will like even like now knowing you, we would like say if somebody came on our show, I would pass them to you. Just keep basically like how the majors do it. Keep that rollout going, so that way they can grow and your fans become their fans. Just kind of like bridging the gap. That's one of our main things.
Okay.
Right. Like we have artists all the time saying, we got spins in Canada, I got a spin in Africa, I got this and that, because Those That Watch Radio has reached those places before, in Hawaii, and things like that. So, it's the networking that's key for now. I mean, if you're gonna level it, I'm gonna be honest, it'd be like probably like level 3, level 4, full advertising, right now. But like imagine if, we put a little chicken behind it. You know what I mean? How far our reach can go like that. And as far as artists, we spin music in between. Well, excuse me. Me and Colors don't do none of that. Our engineer, Jay Brown.
Yeah, we just talk.
Yes.
We book and talk and make the graphic flyers.
Yes. Right. So, with the flyers that I put out, I always put all media tags and things like that. So, and we fully share your content. We get the stuff out there. We'll spin your record a few times throughout the episode, and artists, like he said, take advantage of every single platform, because radio is not a dead end yet. I believe most of the radio play here in Charleston alone is maybe, I think I bet about 85% in the morning for traffic and news and weather, and in between that there's sponsored ads and spoken commercials that are paid for, and that's per for business owners and services rendered and things like that. And artists as well, they send their for a little monetary pushing. I'm pretty sure they have packages. I remember DJ Envy was spinning Chris Brown's new song every hour on the hour during the Breakfast Club, and you know what I mean. And he took advantage of that, and he shot up in the chart. I personally don't even like the song that much, but he was popular because he was giving all these radio stations, "Hey, spin my stuff every hour on the hour." I heard it, and it was genius. They caught that whole morning crowd. It was stuck in their head from 6 o'clock in the morning all the way till 10, until the show was over. And then on the weekends, people are home cleaning their house, spending time with family. Usually the radio's played, most of the times, but Breakfast Club get repeated again, and now you got a bunch of more. You got other listeners coming through. So I think it's really dope that artists actually use this platform to push their things. And we get a lot of business owners too. So we had, artists, real painters, graphic designers. We had Columbia on recently. He's pretty much a jack of all trades. We love him to death, and even him at the status that he's at right now is still coming on to shows like Those to Watch Radio to push his stuff, because your fans are where the people are, and we're right there at the level with them, and we get the word out.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow. Yeah, yes, definitely. So, upon doing all of that, how was it for y'all when you guys first received an award?
The first
Well, I
one,
wasn't there for the first one. I was there, but I wasn't there.
yeah, she was guest
Believe it or
host at
not,
that
we
time.
were.
The first one was Independent Tone Award. I think that was 2017 or 18, I believe. I want to say 17 because this was
That's
before
not the
you
year that
came.
I. Yeah,
Because you
that's
came
not
in
the year that
2000
I
and
won
what?
my tone award.
Yeah, it was a year. You won your what year you won yours? 2019.
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah,
2019,
so
and you
2000
guys
is a
won
year. I
yours in
think I
17.
think we won the hour 2017 and 18. But that feeling was amazing.
And
It was that. Yeah.
And I was there, believe it or not. I was there to witness and enjoy them winning that award. I was at the show because even back then, before I knew anything about the independent scene, I was so interested in. I went to these award shows and these events and stuff like that. So it was really cool to watch them do that, get that. And I didn't know that was their first award at the time, too.
Yeah, but
Mm.
that was amazing though. And then I think 2 years later we started getting them back to back in 2020. And I called her because she wasn't able to make it, and I called her on the phone and video called her like, "Hey, we won!" And that was a
Yep.
SCUMA award in Myrtle Beach,
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's
and then the
dope. That's
next year we
dope,
won
bro.
it again.
So, excuse me. So, with y'all winning the awards back to back, man, like, what was the level of that success? Like, how did you do it? What was the grind like?
I just hit a lot of friends and family up. Said, "Man, vote daily, vote weekly, vote much as you can." She made flyers. She told people the same thing. We meet somebody like, "Hey, vote
And
for us." Put the link in the messenger. Just about a bunch of hitting the math answers. I can't say the word, but a bunch of just
yeah.
hitting people up.
And I'm from New York, so my rock fam up in New York definitely was a big supporter. My dance studio, shouts to the BAD Academy, the Bronx Academy of Arts and Dance. When I sent them the link, they was like, "Are you serious?" Because they know that they've won awards before, but when I tell them I'm doing something with my team, they were definitely on point, and it was just a lot of reach. I mean, even I can't even account for colors, but I just personally know I've interviewed hundreds of artists out here, hundreds, like we have three a show. And at one point, we were going every single weekend. We didn't miss a weekend. And that was difficult between, I'm a mother, he's a father. We both worked. We had our own households to run. We were both doing separate things. All of us was doing separate things. Even recently, Jay Brown is shooting movies, you know. And Colors, he has his food talk podcast that's about the I love it. I love it. I edit for it, and Jay Vibe actually shoots for it. And his guest host is Aria, model for a long time coming entertainment. But yeah, and it's been amazing. I've been doing my Rock Life podcast and hosting for Mystify Productions. So I've been performing myself recently. I started performing again after a year. So it was kind of hard to get back. We were kind of busy, but when we started to do every 2 weeks, because I think it's every 2 weeks now.
I think for the most part,
About
I say for an average by every 2 weeks. Yeah, we definitely. I can
yeah,
say we definitely don't do the first Saturday of the month. Sometimes we do the second, but never do the first Saturday anymore. So at least 2 to 3
and it's
times
because
a week average. Two
yeah,
to three
we've all
times a
been
month. Excuse me.
expanding. Yeah, we've all been expanding and trying to keep this team together, but it seems like absence grows the heart fonder because when now that we only come on every couple of weeks, people definitely tune in. People definitely were supportive. Like our last one with Gino Judges. Sometimes the guests don't come in.
Right.
We
Just
just
because
keep
we
going.
plan for them don't mean that they always come. I don't know if you always get your guests to come. God bless you if you do. But 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 sometimes they don't come, but
Some
that
come up,
always
yeah.
makes for greater interview. Yeah, because Gino Judges was our last and only guest that we had
Yeah,
last past Saturday, and he was absolutely amazing. You know, absolutely amazing, young, hungry guy, and he's
yep.
been a buzz out here in Charleston, and we finally got him on the show, and I think it was dope. But yeah,
Yep. And then it gave us more
Well,
time to interact with our fans in between too, with the, people hitting the live and asking questions or saying hi and stuff.
Yeah, I started doing that because I realized I always got my Mac with me, and so when we're on live, I be seeing the comments. So if they want to ask a guest a question, us something to talk about, or even just to say hello, I make sure to shout them out while we're on the air. I mean, I like when people do that to me, so I thought I would do that for people, you know.
Right. So, you know, I work for exquisite PR firm out of Chicago, and so all my Chi-Town people getting to see who y'all are, and then you know, that'll be a whole different lane for you. And man, with you guys working so hard, what are the levels of success that y'all have to keep it together? Because there's three of y'all. You know, you got your man Jay that shoot movies now. You got you that got the food podcast. You got you that you're an artist, a dancer, graphic designer, and probably a creative writer as well. You know, so how do y'all hold it together as one unit?
That's a good question.
I say
I
we
know.
play our parts. I say we play our parts very well. I never have to stress about anybody being booked on the show because
Right.
Colors make sure to take care of it. And he never has to stress about getting the content out there because, I'm helping sharing, if he asks me to make a flyer or a commercial or I just go on and do it. So the pushing is there and we never have to worry about Jay Brown going beyond. We never want to, push him beyond his means because he's busy too. So we make sure to go on his schedule where he's comfortable so
Yeah, when
there's
he
no
say I
hiccups.
need this day off, I need this Saturday off. Yeah.
Right. So we
So we
make
all kind
sure
of
to
just
just play our
yeah
positions well.
accommodate each other. Yeah, and never cross
Hmm.
the line. Never. Yeah.
Okay, so how was y'all able to market the radio show to local business owners?
Go.
Believe it or not, word of mouth is your best advertisement, and that word of mouth is serious.
It's old
It's
school.
serious.
What they call it,
Because,
shaking
I
hands,
mean, if you
kissing
think
babies.
about it, yep. And if you think about it, like there's hungry people out there that can't afford, you know, uh, uh, a syndicated radio show or like a major talk show or a platform. Sometimes they're hungry just to get their voice out there, and when we are in the trenches and in the court shooting with you, when they make it, it's more appreciative. Like Lay Wills is my favorite independent artist out there. I don't even think I could call her independent no more because she's been in commercials, she's been in movies, she's been in a lot of stuff, and she just booked her first national commercial right now. And even with the success that she has right now, when Colors ask her to come through, or when I ask her to pull up, she absolutely does. You know what I mean? I remember we had a lot of people on the show that is really always, real dedicated to always catching up with us. So it's good rapport, support, and that
Yeah,
word of
never
mouth is
burn them
serious.
bridges.
We always treat, our artists with respect. We don't come with mess. We don't deal with mess. I don't care who you are. If we put you on our show, we're not focused on what people are talking about. We only give positive vibes and want to push it like that. I think maybe only twice I caught attitude on camera.
Right. I got. I mean, you know, sometimes, man, you just gotta. Whew, it can be serious sometimes. You know what I mean?
And back then, the people were in the room with us. We were in studio
Yeah,
then,
no
so it was
virtual.
like,
Side by side.
you know.
Yeah, to go outside, smoker one.
Right. So Chucktown got some hot artists. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm familiar with a few. Like I've been knowing Marcus Allen for years. I've been knowing Jay Burner for a while. Um, uh, Marley Marl. So Chucktown got some great artists. I hear them all the time. So with you guys being in radio, do you guys broadcast any live showcases?
There was a time we did
um.
cover the SCUMA Awards.
Mhm. And we
in
did
Myrtle Beach.
also the person that ran the SUMA Awards, she had these really cool kickbacks that
Yeah,
we
we went to her
frequented.
artist kickback.
J.
Yeah, Miss
Paul,
Kiki.
the one who won Videographer of the Year at
Yeah,
the Southern Park Music Awards, he had an event in what was it? Not Savannah. Was it
the August
Savannah?
Fest a couple years ago in Augusta, and we
Yes.
interviewed the artists after they step off stage. Yeah,
hmm
Okay, so you
And in
talking about
2019, wow.
so
yeah,
you talking about J. Paul from the Aiken, Augusta area.
yeah. J. Paul the demigod.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. I'm
hmm
very familiar. Okay.
And we've been at different different places broadcasting. We've been to fashion shows.
Yes,
We Yeah, it was a really dope fashion show. Girls was walking with naked and stuff. It was really cool, and we broadcasted live there. We've broadcasted live at the 787 before as well.
yes,
787 Bar and Grill. hmm And
yeah.
but
Okay.
one of my favorite places to broadcast, and it's not a musical event, but we were at the Seashore Farmers Lodge.
That was nice.
The Yeah, that was nice. That was owned by the family now slave plantation that was given to the family after a battle that happened in James Island, between James Island and downtown. There was a road by Mosquito Beach that used to go all the way downtown where the slaves used to be transported, and that was one of the first stops. And it was a really big plantation. But now, the family owned it. The extended, the present family owned it, and we got to broadcast live during Black History Month, and that was pretty cool. We had reenactments on there. It's not music, but still, we had
Yeah,
reenact.
culture.
Yeah, it was really dope. It was really dope, and they were telling, being the soldiers back then for the battle. I don't want to get it wrong. I don't know if it's the Battle of 1913. I'm not sure, but I'll get back at you. But they were telling us about that whole
Yeah,
fight for the
about it.
land and all
Yeah,
that. It
by
was
the
really cool.
campfire and stuff. It was nice.
Yeah, it was very nice. Very nice.
But you know what? I think it'd be dope on y'all show if
What's that?
if y'all interview some black farmers.
Yeah,
That would be dope.
facts.
Because agriculture is what we came from, for real, for real. Like the reason why our grandparents and great parents lived to be 90 to 100 years old, because they ate from the earth.
hmm Yep.
And so,
Yep.
with doing a live show called Eating from the Earth and having somebody that's been growing crops since they was growing or planting in the garden since they was like they got to a grasshopper, I
Yep.
think I think that'll be a show that evolve, especially
That, that,
if you can coexist to have one of the college professors that is a professor who teaches agriculture. You know what I mean?
mm.
Yeah. So I think that'd be dope. I think that'd be a different lane for you.
Well, I hope that one day we'll get there. Due to COVID, I had it. I can't talk for the rest of the team. That's their personal business. But I've had it. So, we have been away from each other for a very long time. And that's also been a challenge, for us. We were used to being in the same
Sitting
studio,
side
the
by side.
rapport,
Yeah.
it's a different energy. We try to keep up the same morale and stuff like that. But I really do miss my guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
But so okay. Now you with these two masculine males that's got a real strong mindset, and sometimes us men can be like, I'm saying it because I know it's right, and so I don't think we should change the narrative. So you as a female, you might have a more analytical approach. So how do y'all evolve the situation until everybody has the same mindset on the situation?
Well, believe it or not, I am the strong-willed person. Jay Brown, don't talk. He just does his engineer stuff, and Color is a creative soul anyway. So with the structure they had already, and the tweaking that I did to the structure, and Color's creativity, when it comes to the show, it kind of just works. This is why we've never
Okay.
added anybody else to the show. We've never even tried. We've tried.
Yeah, yeah. We've tried.
We've
Yes.
tried. It didn't work.
We've tried. We tried. I wanted to do it with 2 guys, 2 girls, but yeah, it didn't work.
Mm-mm.
Okay,
It worked for a little
But
while.
it's all good.
I understand, because I tell people all the time, you don't need but one chick on your team. One. You don't need several. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if that one chick is a brilliant and an intellectual mind, her thought process is going to be all that you need in the Fortune 500 meeting. So how I think is the way you guys move, you're definitely going to be a Fortune 500 radio station. You know what I mean? You don't get to be a 5-time award-winning radio station just by chance or just by luck. You really have to be moving and grooving and doing something right for people from different lanes and different sectors to recognize you. So with that being said, we have to think Fortune 500, and we got to think, what female can we set in front of these Jewish and these white people? And how can they register, or can they present a PowerPoint presentation to show the margin increase for business owners if you do this radio and advertisement with those who watch radio, how your margin of sales are going to increase every quarter. You know what I mean? They want the breakdown of it. What is your marketing strategy if we should advertise with you? How do you market your clients on the radio station? And how do you advertise yourself as a brand to become a global brand? So that's what they want to see. So when you said that you tried to add more people, it's a reason why it didn't work out. Because they don't have the chemistry y'all have, and they can't finish sentences before they come out of your mouth like the people you have been rocking with. Like, she probably can finish your sentences, bro. Like, for real. She probably know you so well till I already know you was thinking that. You didn't have to tell me that. So when you bring it out, she already writing something down. Even before you finish the whole statement, she writing something down. So with that being said, as well as she knows you on the business sector, on the spiritual sector, and just how you navigate, there's no reason to bring the other female aboard.
I feel you.
Is that agreed upon?
Yeah, I mean, sure, it ain't broken. I'm not trying to fix it.
And
I already tried. I tried to fix it, but it wasn't broken. Yeah, I'm not going to try to fix it.
Female. Yeah, it's not just female, it's anybody. Like, we realize that we just work fine by ourselves. And we can
three amigos
together.
Well,
we leave it at that.
Well, the reason why I said this, I heard DMX say something back in 2000. He had an interview, and he was talking to Angel Martinez. He said, "Man, I've been in this music industry a while now," and he said, "But the way a female executive navigates in the industry is you just got to sit back and pay attention to how they navigate." And so, everybody who I know are rich. They're rich. They got some type of female executive on their team that can move in a different light. So that's why I said that. You know what I mean? Because we gotta face it, man. The females can get decisions made on the opposing end that the male can't get made. He got a deep voice like me. He may not know what he's talking about. So let me get somebody that's more analytical and got a more softer touch to have that persuasion. You know what I mean? So she can get things signed that we might can't not get signed. And it make all the sense in the world. It make all the sense in the world. Cause I grew up a church boy, and listen, I done seen the females go to the pastor. When the men go to the pastor, he tell the men no, but he tell them females, yeah. that soft touch.
Right.
Don't want that aggressive voice all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the one thing I can say is Colors is very knowledgeable in music, and I mean through generations. Like he's knowledgeable about hip hop back then, all the way up to now. He knows how to connect a lot of music together. You know what I mean? I've heard him hear samples. And I'm good at getting into the artist about your creative process and what your dreams and aspirations are with this. How you're managing your business and things like that. So I think with the both of us, you know what I mean? I think, yeah, I understand what you mean, for sure.
Now it's funny you say that. Colors, listen, bro. I was talking to a young cat, and I said, bro, and he up become a DJ. So I said, man, you ever heard of Kwame? He was like, no, who is that? I was like, you need to look him up and listen to the song "Only You." And I said, man, put that "Only You" in your mix, and I said, after you put that in your mix, you you let it play for a while. You hit your turntables, and you put the LL in the back seat of my Jeep. Let's swing an episode. I was like, listen, bro, listen.
What?
I said, listen, bro, and he hit me about a month ago. He was like, Mr. Jacob, why you ain't tell me you know what all that, bro? He's like, man, I put that in a mix at a club. He was like, man, the club went crazy. He was like, man, Kwame, LL, and then I started listening to, because I gave him people to listen to. I said, listen to LL, Kwame, listen to Rock M, listen to some Gangstar, listen to some KRS One. I said, man, listen to some old Mike Geronimo. You know what I mean? Just gave him some people to listen to, man.
The
I said,
early
man,
90s and the late 80s.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, man. I said, and you gotta have that mob deep in there, bro. And you know what I'm saying. So, and he just said, man, I just can mix this young with the old. And he said that's what he started doing his mixes. And he said, man, ever since then, man, he been getting calls from everybody. You know what I mean? Just to come to DJ set. So I was like, yeah, man. So I tell the young people, you gotta mix the analog in with the digital era. You know what I mean?
Well, you
cause
can tell they're doing that. I hear a lot of Leah samples. I hear a lot of SWVs and Missies. They're using a lot of the 90s stuff in their music, samples and hooks.
Yeah, I just
right.
recently heard something with Michael Jackson's Beat It, and I hated it. I'll say that right
Oh
now.
Lord, I remember that. I think I heard it at the
Don't
same time
don't
you heard it.
butcher it. Yeah, don't butcher it. Oh God, it was terrible. It was terrible. Terrible.
Well, everything ain't for everybody.
Yeah.
Definitely was a
So
fan.
with that being said, we definitely gotta be careful. Now, I I personally think the Poetic Justice record with Drake and Kendrick Lamar. I think that was brilliant.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Very.
yeah, that was brilliant. So when it comes to you, you are artists as well, right?
No, no, I don't do any musical anything. Mm-mm. I don't sing. I don't rap. I am a choreographer.
So you are artists as well.
Well,
That's art.
okay. Oh, okay, cool, cool, cool.
That's
Thank
art. So
you.
tell me about how you got into being a dancer, choreographer. How did you get into all that?
Well, I was dancing at the BAD Academy, the Bronx Academy of Arts and Dance, New York City, in the early 2000s and well, mid 2000s, and I happened to move to South Carolina 2015. When I got up here, I just started to dance. I started to put myself out there that I was wanted to do choreography, and I happened to started dating an artist out here that was a part of a group called Alien Nation. He was a singer and a producer. And one of the artists broke away from the group. His name is Dean Alcedo, which was our Meeting of the Minds Fashion and Beauty featured artist last year. So he's amazing. I'll send you his performance link later. But I started dancing behind him, and it was pretty cool. It was challenging, you know what I mean? Because he is quite the performer. So I wasn't used to being like that. Like I'm usually dressed like a guy, like 85% of the time. So when I'm not dressed like that, it's for a thing, you know. So he worked me out, and then one of the only black, I think the only black owned pole and dance studios here in Charleston, South Carolina, Miss Moni Grant opened up her business, Tipsy Twerk. She had R&B yoga, she had twerk classes, and I taught a genre called body language. So then I became an instructor. We traveled to North Carolina, we traveled to Georgia, we were all around Charleston and South Carolina, and it became quite the buzz, and it took off from there. Her business took off from there, and she has a lot going on now. Then I started dancing with at the Tone Awards with Tori Weldon. He's from Charleston. He right now lives in Georgia. He is a rapper, singer, old school funk artist. And during the Independent Tone Awards auditions, the brand ambassador audition, shouts to Quan Rip and J Vibe. I met Prince. Prince was just there auditioning. I was there looking for dancers, and he was there auditioning. He blew me away. Okay, he was with Tori. I was like, I gotta talk to him. So when we met, we talked, and I started something called Body Rock Dance Group because I'm Rock Fame. I came from the Rock Boys in New York, so I always kept that rock thing going on. I got Rock Fame Media. So I started Body Rock Dance Group, and I was like, "Hey, I want to dance with you. We got to do this. We got to do content. We got to do it." He said, "Bet." We performed at the Independent Tone Awards that year. I won Choreographer of the Year that year. It was amazing. That was the first time I've ever been celebrated for my dancing publicly like that. So beyond that, I started dancing with this girl named Lena. She came on board. Uniqua, Jazz, the Jazz on the Beat, or Just Jazz, the rapper, and MUA. She actually danced with me for a while. I had Tavion, and I put together something. One year, I was like, I need the dancers to get together. I needed my creativity to go up even higher, and I was like, I've done all of this, been in all these videos. By the way, I've done a bunch of videos, So I was like, what can I do next? It was around the time when when Charleston needed to, well, excuse me, Black people needed to see something positive. We were being displayed terribly in the news as rioters and just looters during the time we were protesting. I can't breathe, you already know. And it was a tough time for everybody. It was tough to see on the news, it was tough to hear about all the time. And Charleston, especially, with our history, you could tell the tensions were pretty high down here,
Right.
So I thought we needed to do something positive. So in front of the state house, where they used to take the slaves from the water into the courthouse and get them accounted for onto the Market Street. Right there on the steps, I asked a bunch of choreographers and dancers to come together. Mr. Phi, actually the photographer of the year for Mr. Phi Productions, is the one that filmed it and edited it for me. We came together, and I created something called the Charleston Black Parade. And we did it to the Black Parade by Beyonce, and it turned out to be an amazing situation. I had a lot of the city come out and support, even if they weren't in it. They just came out there, and they came and watched us film. We did a few days of filming, and that was the top of my career right there, even beyond the award. To see such positivity come out in a way that I didn't think would even fathom together. It's hard to get dancers together. It's hard to get them on a schedule, and it was in the middle of August, and we were hot, but we did it, and it wound up being such a great, great project. I even had white people stop me and ask me, what's going on, and in support, they hurry up and subscribe. They hurry up and like it. I can't wait. Send me the link. I want to share this, and even they saw how beautiful we were in our element, that we were out there peacefully, basically peacefully protesting, you know. saying that we're not the monsters that you see on TV. You know, we're out here just trying to prove a point, guys. You don't need to mark us to be monsters, you know? But yeah, ever since then, I've been dancing for fun. Like, I don't even really do it for money like that. I danced with Pastor Troy, you know? I danced for Rod Digga. I was at a showcase here with Rod Digga down here, and I got to dance for her. I also almost danced for Sunshine Anderson until some things. I'm not even gonna go there. We're not gonna blow
Well,
your page up like
well,
that with all the
you know,
bad
right,
stuff.
right. So, since there's something that you have already put together that you enjoy, I mean, why not use that career mind of yours and make a TV show?
Actually, that was the 8 count, Mr. Five Productions. I had an idea a few years ago. I was supposed to do it with our old studio owner, radio station owner, excuse me. We used to be on Nobody Grinds Radio out here. I don't even think it's a station right now, but I know it was back then. And I wanted to go to dance groups and dance studios since I've been to almost every one of them out here, and choreographers and just different forms of dance, and I wanted to interview them and follow them along in their classes and stuff like that, and actually film something that they teach me together. So Mystify actually came up with the name The 8 Count, which is pretty dope. The show will be broken down into 8 parts, and at the last one, it'll show the cool performance that me and the choreographer put together or dance group put together. So yeah, that actually is coming. Great minds, man, great minds.
Salute, 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 salute.
Yeah, I'm so proud of him.
Oh,
So,
by the way, you guys listen. You may be his fans already, but if you're seeing him for the first time, you need to go back and watch his stuff. I love the fact that you have discussions on your shows. That's super cool to me.
that's dope. For sure, for sure.
Yeah, I love
And
it
so,
because
and
not a lot of
so
people do it.
right, right. So, what I want to say to you guys is that for those interns that go to the College of Charleston and they go to Coastal Carolina and they may go to UHC and Benedict and Allen, are you guys taking interns of communication interns, journalist interns, public relations interns? Like, so are you guys reaching out to the colleges about some interns working with you guys?
I would
Not yet.
love that.
I would love that though.
They was I ran into them interns at a couple different events I was at, and then they gave me their information. And then when it was time to like, okay, let's go ahead and get this thing rolling, they disappeared. I was like, I don't know, if I would expect I was just so easy to just say, okay, what I'm saying? They just didn't believe it was that easy, and it was time to really put in work. They kind of like just, phew, or maybe because I'm a guy and they think my mind's somewhere else. I don't know, but I really wanted to see where I was gonna go with it. What I'm saying? Hopefully, next if I what I might do is just let Ralph Fame have that next time. Just give them her information and see if that works a little smoother.
Mm. Hey, well, so would you be interested in doing the those to watch in the artist showcase?
I
Wow.
mean, technically, the meeting of the minds is kind of right next to it, you know.
Okay, okay.
The meeting of the minds has been going on for 13 years. Colors the network, man.
Yeah.
Actually, that founded that as well before those to watch videos.
Yep.
So usually, we invite a lot of the artists that we see on our show to
Yep.
come out and support and be a part of the show. So it kind of goes hand in hand together. And that's the only artist showcase that me and him do. That's it.
Okay, I
So
was just
it's like,
asking.
it's kind of, no, it's cool. Yeah, hell yeah. But it's pretty much associated, you know?
Okay, okay, okay,
Yeah. It's
okay.
like
So,
I call it a family reunion every month. Everybody kind of like put their
Yeah.
superpowers together.
okay, so what's next for you guys?
God, that's a good question.
Well,
Meeting the Mind
personally,
presents. What I'm saying? We definitely about to get it off the ground. That's more of an intimate concert.
Oh, you talking about next event? So I thought you were talking about those to watch. My bad.
I think you know Nexus in June, or what we got
Yeah,
going
next
on
in
in June.
general. Yeah, next just in general.
I got something that actually is right next to the account called Body Rock Reels that we are still working on. I am taking independent, my favorite artists and the songs that I've felt in tune with, and I'm creating mini films, just choreography and acting, no words, um, into mini videos. I mean, movies, like pretty much mini movies, and it's Body Rock Reels, like REELS, you know. And me and Mr. Fi is going to be doing that. So I'm still slowly putting that together, but it's so intricate that we could not just jump in and do that shit. Like, no, we had to, piece by piece. And, we're all very busy. So we're trying to wait until the summertime where we're all freed up a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
trying.
okay.
Yeah, I'm trying
And
to put
so,
my final solo album out. It's called "There Can Only Be One." It's looking to drop it like in the fall. It's got a lot of nice songs. There's a video out now from it called "Page Song." You can go on YouTube and check that out. A song was made for my daughter. Her daughter's actually in it. So it's so touching. Yeah, so definitely shot by PD
okay,
CEO. Check that out. And there's another video on the way, a tribute I made to three of my uncles who passed in the last couple of years called Going Through the Motion, features R&B singer Tavy. So look for that coming soon too. So yeah, definitely trying to get my last solo album out. There Can Only Be One. And then I have two joint projects, one with a young lady named Pepe La Prada called Afterthought, and another one with a good friend of mine, dear friend, that's also on the Long Time Coming Entertainment, Sean Treasy, called Over 30. So yeah, so get the music out and get the visuals going with it and have some fun and
right.
hopefully take Beat of the Minds, everything to the next level. Those to watch becoming, what I'm saying, the Breakfast Club or Drink Champs, Meeting the Minds becoming Apollo of Charleston. Those to watch TV becoming, what I'm saying, like just next level Oprah, what I'm saying. That's the overall goal, get everything to another
Oh
level.
yeah, those who watch TV is something else that we do together.
So,
It's a 30-minute show on toexposeyou.com.
okay, so are
Yep.
you guys in the room to talk with a PR firm?
As far as our engine, we have to all be on one accord with that first. We'd have to actually sit down and fully discuss that because I'm not
Okay,
an original founder, and the two founders have got to be on board before we can move on and do anything. We got to move as a
cool.
unit, you know. I also have an episode called 8586 podcast with Jason Davis out of Chicago as well. We're about to drop that real soon. It's in edit mode right now, so I'll definitely link you to it when it does come out.
Right, right. Okay, okay. Well, man, I just want you guys to know that you have my support. And
Thank
I said, man, you know what? We they won the award, and that's what's up. So the next day after, let me see if they would be, interested in coming on the chatterbox, so we can celebrate together. I was nominated, y'all won, but it's still a celebration. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So and what can people get at y'all at, and how can artists submit music?
They could submit music through Z.Ramadan, ROCFAME Media at Gmail, J Brown at Gmail. Yeah, and definitely DJ G Money MP3 at Gmail. So a couple
And
different
you
ad
can
entities.
and you can make sure we only stream via Zoom on Facebook for now. So you can catch previous episodes and future episodes on our Those to Watch Radio page. And we'll have pretty much every episode from, I think, from when they started filming it back in the day. You could see us in Pella's apartment when we used to film back then with all the lights on us, in Jay
Yep.
Brown's house when we used to have it. You could see us out at the Seashore Farmers Lodge. But it's been a blessing to go remote like this because we've got to travel places that we were
Yep.
never in person, you know.
Italy, Africa. We just did it. Yeah.
Mhm. And make sure to follow us on Instagram as well. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Like excuse me. Like the other side page, that's another podcast I do with a young lady named Ali Shamar out of Maryland. We do that every second and fourth Friday from 7 to 8 p.m. Yeah, so like that, go like if you go on my Facebook, everything is there. You can just go down, start liking them, meeting the bosses. There's a lot of great entities, you know.
Okay,
So.
okay. Sounds good. So, artists, you heard it first. The Chatterboxer King Jacob, with those that watch the radio network. You know, 5-time award-winning radio station.
Show.
Yeah, show, radio station, network, all in one. You know what I mean? So, man, I just want to thank you guys for coming on.
Man, thank you for reaching out, man. You know we got to get you on those to watch. You know that.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You got to return that love, man.
Okay, no doubt, man. So, y'all heard it first. They're open to submissions. They're open to ideas. They're open to connecting with people from different sectors. Those that watch radio show, network, global winners, you know, all the above, man. So, you know, us as brothers and sisters, we got to give each other our flowers while we're here to receive them. So I just want to thank y'all once again for coming on. Peace and blessings. And most of all, please stay away from COVID-19.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Good night, guys. Good night.
Good night.